So the other day I did a reading about Jupiter squaring Chiron, and right now it is also squaring the sun in Libra. And so this conversation that we have going on with the planets is really highlighting, yes, our trauma, but it's also giving us a sense of optimism. Hey, like, I can work through these things. I can see the way forward. I do have hope. At the same time, it's not to caution you in a sense to have fear, but just caution yourself in the way that your enthusiasm is coming up. And so let's go ahead and get into the reading. Let's take a deep breath together. And I just ask that we're grounded, present, and open to receive messages. So with this much conversation going on with the planets, and then we have Pluto moving forward, I think it is a time that there's high emotions, high anxiety, like I was saying, high enthusiasm, and it's all about how we frame it and how we allow ourselves to express it. And so what are we needing to focus on when we express ourselves through this heavy energy? 8 of Wands, 5 of Swords, and 7 of Cups. This is kind of proceed with caution. If you look at just these two cards, it's like what's going out and what's coming in, and it's creating confusion. And there's a lot of things that you feel like maybe you're needing to focus on, but the emotional direction is just to know that how you're expressing yourself can be misperceived. And also, like, if you're perceiving certain things that people are saying towards you, it's kind of like having some grace. You don't need to like forgive anybody or allow anybody to stomp on your boundaries, but just know that this is a really kind of funky time. And if you need to spend some time alone, I think this is a good time to do it, because it's kind of, you're evaluating maybe what's going on around you. So as we move through these squares going on with Jupiter, what else do we need to look out for? 5 of Pentacles just kind of fell out of the deck, and 8 of Cups, 10 of Wands on the bottom. So yeah, to me, it's like knowing when to walk away. I felt that kind of towards the end of the last card pull that I was saying. It just, counting, not focusing too much on your losses. I think like these highlighted skulls here on this card is saying, like, yeah, I can honor that, I can see that, but I'm gonna move on. And this is just to kind of recalibrate yourself. We're also coming into a new moon here in matter of hours. Maybe the moon's in Virgo right now, but it'll be the new moon in Libra. And there's a sense of just maybe collective tiredness, because we're seeing everything that's coming up for us, but we're not knowing where to put it all. And I think it's less about doing and more about just focusing on the one step at a time ahead of yourself. We don't need to move too fast, because the energy around us is moving fast. There's a lot going on around us that it will change without us, in a sense, doing something besides just taking care of ourselves. So I just want to kind of look at what boundaries are we needing to hold during this time. The Fool and Queen of Cups, with the Ace of Cups on the bottom. This, I see, goes back to nurturing ourselves and seeing with the Fool, we can associate this card with Aries in a sense, but I also see it as Uranus, and there's the sense of Aquarius energy, doing things that maybe feel out of the ordinary to you. Because we're dealing with Pluto as well, now that it's moving forward again, the first degree of Aquarius. Be innovative. You've been maybe filling different ways on how you want to create boundaries for yourself. And some of it is just about, and I think this reading overall kind of had a feeling of just maybe not so much isolating yourself, but putting yourself first and walking away from things. And so it's more about, what are you choosing to walk into that is giving you love and honors your boundaries? It might sound weird to you, the things that are coming to your mind, but let's give it a try. Give it a time. Give yourself the time to experiment and see the results, because maybe the same things that you were doing weren't working, and the same routine that you had is feeling a little funky, and it's just about breaking up the cycle of everything. And just to highlight too, this kind of just came to me, Mercury's also in Scorpio. We got a couple other things going on Scorpio. So the fixed energy in the planets right now is commitment, dedication, and it's honoring those parts where we're devoted to ourselves. But with the Jupiter energy being in cardinal signs like Libra, Cancer, and Aries, Aries Chiron right now is showing us how we haven't stood up for ourselves. We've been the warrior, right? Maybe we haven't, the full, that young energy that Aries can kind of embody. I think there's something, even if you just sit with yourself, and it's almost like you don't need to go to the sense of like, the chambers, the float chambers where your sensory deprivation is happening, but getting yourself to a place where you put something over your face and plug your ears and just listen to your heartbeat and listen to your breath and sit there and allow a new sense of the kind of boundaries that you're needing to put up or embody. Let them come to you. There's so much going on that I feel like there's an emphasis of sitting, listening, and being with yourself. Much love.